talking about the new offense under Ken Dorsey, who was fired by the Bills. This has been the year of the recycled offensive coordinators. Fired by the Bills during the season. The Bills turned it around without him. He crash lands in Cleveland after they fired Alex Van Pelt, who crash landed on his feet in New England. Here is question and answer posed to David Njoku about the Ken Dorsey offense in Cleveland.
In regards to Ken Dorsey, just how much have you sort of been able to dive into like the playbook and some of the stuff that he has planned for you guys as you kind of get ready?
It's juicy, dog. It's juicy. I'm not going to say anything else. Leave it at that. But I'm really excited for this season.
It's juicy. Offense is juicy. And I wonder how different the offense is really going to be because Kevin Stefanski is an offensive guy.
That's right.
So it's not like you're going to turn the whole thing over to Ken Dorsey and say, hey, bring that offense here that got you fired from the Bills. It'll be some sort of a hybrid, I would assume, but whatever Ken Dorsey has added to it has gotten the attention of David Njoku.
I like it. I mean, I think you're saying the right thing. Stefanski, I think, is still the architect of what he envisions of the offense and where he wants to go and all of that, right? Stefanski is kind of rooted a little bit more in the West Coast system and all of that. Dorsey has a little bit of a history there as well, but Dorsey, the thing that I think could be good here is Dorsey can bring a few wrinkles, right? Dorsey comes from a little bit of a different coaching tree. It's not as West Coasty and all that. So within that, sometimes there's some different ideas and schemes and how they put plays together that I think could fit the Cleveland Browns or add to their arsenal. Right? I mean, again, Dorsey, think about him there. He was under Mike Shula, what they were doing with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. A lot of his offense can be rooted in that type of stuff as well, which can fit Deshaun Watson, and I think give a few more ideas, maybe more some aggressive passing down the field ideas that maybe the West Coast offense doesn't have. So, I do think there's going to be value and some new looks with this offense.
There's something that Dorsey brings to the table that I hadn't thought of before. When you consider Kevin Stefanski's experience, he was in Minnesota from like 2006 until the year before he became the Browns head coach.
Right.
Dorsey has experience showcasing star quarterbacks. The Browns have supposedly a star quarterback who had better play like one sooner rather than later. And if the goal is let's get the most out of our quarterback, it's not system driven. This is what our guy can do. We need to have plays, circumstances, decisions, progressions, everything that lets him be a star. And maybe that's part of getting the most out of Deshaun Watson, not treating him like another piece of the offensive puzzle, but saying we need to run the offense through him. It's the Russell Wilson thing. He wanted to have the offense run through him. He didn't want to be part of a system. Maybe Stefanski's just been conditioned. And I'm spitballing here, but I hadn't really thought of this.
I'm spitballing with you.
And Dorsey's like, no, it's star.
Right. No, I think more like what you're saying is a little bit more of like curtailing it towards the player rather than the player curtailing to the offense and me making it work that way a little bit. We talk about that a lot. I think there could be some value in that there too. And I think with what Ken Dorsey's offense, what I would envision and what we've seen in Buffalo, right, throwing the ball down the field a little bit more, going back to the Carolina Panthers and Cam Newton, that's what they do. I don't necessarily think Deshaun Watson's at his best when he is too West Coasty, right? He didn't run a West Coast offense with Bill O'Brien and them in Houston. Right, the West Coast offense, as we know, it's a little more predicated on the short to intermediate passes, precision, very quick decision, right? When Deshaun Watson was at his best under Bill O'Brien and stuff, hey, he was protected. It was like, hey, look at DeAndre Hopkins on a 20-yard out route over here, and if he's not open, come back over here, and there's a 20-yard in-cut coming. And right now he's a little bit more in the life of, hey, 3-step slant or a little stick route, and let me get it out there quick, real precise that way. And I don't know if that necessarily fits him to his best, available tools that he has with him.
One challenge for Deshaun Watson is to stay healthy. He missed most of last season with multiple injuries, ultimately fractured his right shoulder and was gone for the year. He gave the Browns a little bit of an injury scare at the David Njoku charity softball game, collided with rookie tight end Zaire Mitchell-Payton. And he's fine, but you're going to hold your breath involving anything when it comes to Deshaun Watson until we see him out there playing, we see him healthy, and we see him effective this year, because that's the key. He's got to play well, and he's got to stay healthy, and this is it, year 3 of that $46 million fully guaranteed 5-year commitment.
Yeah, that I'm sure made everybody a little scared. And rookie tight end, what are you doing? When the quarterback calls it and says, I got it, get the hell out of the way. Quarterback called it. I don't care. He's got all authority out there. You got to let him catch the ball. Get out of the way.
That was one of the things that always drove me crazy about baseball. I got to call it. You call it. And when do you call it? And do you piss the other guy off if you call it when he could have had it? You have to be assertive, and the clock is ticking because the ball's in the air. Somebody better call the damn thing or go catch it. How many times have we seen nobody calls it, and it just plops right down in the middle of the field? Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.